Your next step, the one you're afraid to take, could be the very thing that changes everything. In a bustling city district, known more for its noise than its kindness, lived a woman named Anya. She possessed very little in terms of material wealth. No apartment of her own, no comforts beyond the basics. Yet, she carried with her a genuine treasure, an unshakable calm and eyes that held a persistent warmth. Each dawn, while the city still slept, Anya made her way to the wholesale market. There, she would select the most fragrant lavender, the brightest chrysanthemums, and delicate lilies. Her spot was on a busy corner near an old community center, where she would weave small bouquets and sell them to passers-by, some on their way to work, others visiting loved ones. The income was meager, yet Anya was never bitter. She met each person with a gentle word, each day with quiet gratitude. Then, the long, bitter winter arrived. It began with a chilling wind, then came the relentless sleet and snow. The sidewalks grew treacherous, the gray skies seemed permanent, and Anya's beautiful flowers froze and wilted in the cold. Still, she came to her corner every morning. Her coat was thin, her fingers numb, and for days, no one stopped. People hurried past, collars turned up against the cold, their gazes fixed on the ground. One particularly harsh morning, Anya looked at her basket of frost-bitten blooms. Weariness weighed on her shoulders. Her feet were like ice. She had not earned a single coin in nearly a week. A wave of despair threatened to wash over her. But then she observed the people around her. Faces were pinched with stress, minds burdened with worry. In that moment, a quiet realization bloomed within her. They need a moment of peace more than I need a coin, she thought. So, she stood a little taller and called out, her voice clear against the urban din, a gift for your spirit today. Take a flower, and remember your own strength. People slowed. Some glanced over, puzzled. A few offered tentative smiles. A young woman, looking exhausted, accepted a sprig of lavender and breathed in its scent, her shoulders relaxing slightly. A businessman, shouting angrily into his phone, was gently offered a white chrysanthemum. The storm is outside, sir, not within you, Anya said softly. He fell silent, took the flower, and walked away, his pace slower. For the following days, she continued. She gave her frozen flowers away, each with a soft word of encouragement. People began to recognize her not as the flower seller, but as the woman with a peaceful presence. Then, one morning, as a pale sun finally broke through the clouds, a man approached. He was dressed neatly and carried a briefcase. "Anya?" he asked. She nodded. "My name is Rohan," he said. "I passed by you last Tuesday. You gave me a flower. It was frozen, but your words were not. You said, 'A difficult season doesn't mean a difficult life.' That day, I was ready to give up. My company was failing. My family was distant. I felt completely alone." Anya listened, her hands still. "Your simple act, your unwavering calm, it was an anchor for me," Rohan continued. "It reminded me that my spirit was my own to keep. I made a promise then, if I found my footing again, I would help someone else find theirs." He held out a small envelope. "I own a small chain of coffee shops. There's a vacant kiosk in the covered atrium of the next block. It's yours. A dry, warm place to share your flowers and your spirit." Anya's breath caught. "I could never afford such a place," she whispered. Rohan smiled. "Consider it a partnership. When your business grows, we can discuss the details. For now, just continue being who you are." Tears, warm against her cold cheeks, traced their path downward. She thought of all the mornings she chose kindness over complaint, warmth over resentment. The following week, Anya's corner opened. A tiny, bright space with a heater and a shelf for her flowers. Her bouquets stayed fresh, and her customers would linger, drawn by the atmosphere of tranquility she cultivated. She even brought on a neighbor who needed work, teaching her how to arrange stems and speak with patience. In time, the kiosk became a quiet oasis in the district's rush. Years later, on another sleet-filled morning, Anya saw a young man outside, his cardboard box of handmade candles getting wet. He looked defeated. Anya stepped out with a warm cup of tea. "Come inside," she said. Let's not let the weather write our story. But my candles are ruined, he sighed. Anya smiled her timeless smile. Then let's give them light to others. You never know what heart they might warm. And so, the cycle of quiet grace continued, one small act igniting another. Your calm in the storm becomes shelter for others. Life is not about waiting for the sun, but learning to dance in the rain. The world will send its winters. Challenges will frost over your plans, and setbacks may freeze your progress. But within you lies the immutable power to choose your response. A positive heart doesn't deny the cold. It simply decides to be a source of warmth anyway. When you offer kindness from an empty basket, when you smile through the sleet, the universe has a mysterious way of returning that light to you, multiplied. True resilience is found not in never falling, but in how you extend a hand even as you rise. Never doubt the quiet power of your perspective. It plants seeds in frozen ground that will one day blossom in ways you cannot yet imagine. So keep going. Keep giving. Keep believing. Your turning point is closer than you think. If this story reminded you of the strength you carry within, please show your support by giving this video a like and subscribing to the Calm Tales for more stories that nurture your spirit. Your engagement helps us share more light.